Start my mic. Okay, hello. Just let me know if I'm audible. Just a quick check. Yeah, stream started. It is actually taking a little time for me to start the camera. So just let me know if you can see my screen and you can hear my voice. And then we are going to continue with our today's work, and that is to create a project. Let me just show you the project first. Until then, yeah, good evening. Can you just hear me? Mm.
So your voice is a bit low.
Okay, let me just fix it. अभी ठीक है? Hello, just okay, that's great. So let me just start this project so we can see that what we are going to build today. And just give me a second. My VS Code is getting started. Okay, so this is what we are going to build today, and let me just explain you how this game works. So it's going to be a very simple game, and in this game you just have to guess a number between 1 to 20, and on every guess you actually going to get a, like, there's a lucky number. So there's a lucky number every time. Suppose the lucky number is, let's say, 5, and you don't know the lucky number, but it's between 1 to 20, and you have to guess that lucky number, and you will actually get 10 attempts to get that number. So if it, let's say, let me just guess a number here, let's say 5, and just check it, and it's showing me that your guess is too low, so my guess is not the correct guess here, and my score is getting decreased by 1. So see, previously it was 10, and now it says here 9, as you can see here. And so, and also it is giving me a hint, and the hint is your guess is too low. So that means my lucky number is more than 5, because the guess saying like here, your guess is too low. So let me just make it 7 for now, and again I'm getting the same hint here that your guess is too low, and again my score is getting decreased by 1. So let me just try, let's say, 15 here, and yep, so that was the correct answer, and we got the correct lucky number, and this is my lucky score. So I am this much lucky, so I can guess a random number in 2 attempts. So this much lucky I am today. And you can click on this again button to restart this game, and now you have a new lucky number. So let's just try to guess this again. So 12, let's see. So it's too low, so let me just go with 18. It's too high, so 18 is too high, 12 is too low, so that means number is in between of 12 and 20. So let's just go with 15 again. Okay, so 15 is too high, so that means it can be, let's say, 13, I think. Yeah, so 13 was the luckiest number, and I got the lucky number in 3 attempts. So this is what we are going to build in the today's session. Let me just refresh it. So I hope you got the idea of this game, and you will also get the source code of this code after this class. So let me just create a new project here, new folder, and with let's say, let me just name this folder games, and let's just open VS Code here like this. So just let me know if you got the idea of this game so that we can continue, or if you want me to, I can re-explain this game once again. Okay, so inside this, let me just create an index.html file, index.html. Let's also create a style.css. So inside this, we will be having all of our CSS, and I'm not going to cover the HTML and CSS part. I'm just going to copy and paste the HTML CSS. So let me just paste the HTML here. Anyways, HTML is super easy, only 50 lines of HTML, not that difficult, less than 50 lines actually. I have lot of spaces here. So the line of CSS is very small, like you don't have so much of CSS, sorry, HTML. And same goes with CSS. Only simple CSS I am using. You can change the styling as if you want, you can also change the styling. So if you don't like the styling I have, you can just create your own styling, your own the way of the game. But we are going to go with this for now, and let me just connect this style.css here. Okay, and this is what we are getting. Now we also have to create script.js as our IDT script.js. Inside this, we are going to write all of our JavaScript, all of our logic here, and I have already connected the my HTML with my script.js, and now we can start here. So let me just bring this thing to the left side, and let's open our console for now, just to see if everything is working fine or not. So I'm just going to console something, console.log. Hello. Yep, so everything is working, so I can start working on my project here, and I'll just give you the HTML CSS code for this so you can continue from here. Okay, so the very first thing that we have, every time we have to do before creating a project, is to break our project into smaller pieces, and in this case, the very first thing that I have to do is to generate a lucky number. Yeah, so the very first step is to generate a lucky number. This is what we have to do, lucky number. And the second step, we have to get a input from the user. So get the input from the user. And the third is to check if the number user have given to us is correct or not, and then we can see like what we are going to do. Yeah, I'll share the complete code with you after this session. Yeah, so let me just create a lucky number, and for that I'm going to use a inbuilt function math.random. So this is a function given to us by JavaScript, and you can use this function to generate a random number. So it will just give you a random number between 0 to 1. It will just give you a random number between 0 to 1. So let me just show it to you. So let's just create a const lucky number equals to math.random. random. And let me just log it out for you. And see, I'm getting a random number between 0 to 1 every time. But this is not what I wanted. I wanted a random number between 0 to 20 here. So I'm just going to multiply this number. I'm just going to multiply this number with 20. And now every time I will just get a random number between 0 to 20. So it's pure maths. It's not related to JavaScript. If you multiply any number between 0 to 1 with 20, you will get a random number between 0 to 20. So it's mathematics, it's not anything related to the JavaScript here. Now, I also want to remove these decimals place here. So I don't want to get this decimals. For that, I have again a function math.floor, and this will actually remove the decimal from here. So these are the functions, these math functions are given to us by the JavaScript. So inside this math.floor, you just need to pass the number. So inside this math.floor, I'm passing this number here, which is a number between 0 to 20, and it will actually remove the decimal from there. And that's it. So this is how you can generate a random number. And this is the only part which you haven't seen so far. And after this, we will be just doing everything that we have already done. So I hope you got this, and most of the thing here was just mathematics not related to JavaScript. It was a simple maths, how we can generate a random number, and that's all. Okay. Now the very first thing, I just want to get the access for some things from our UI. So I just want to get this button so that I can basically use this button when user can click on this. So I have to check it now, like if the number is correct or not. Then same thing here for the input. To get the input, I need to get the access for this input. So let's just do this. So for that, I am just going to see what are the IDs for this button and input are. Okay, so the ID for the input is guessing, and for the button is check here. So let's just get these things. Const input, yeah, user guess input here. And what I will do, yeah, so yesterday we were using what, get element by id, like this. So and we also have one more thing, you can use query selector. So inside this query selector, you have to pass the CSS query. So see, hash. In CSS we use the hash, na. So this is what you can also do. It's one of the different kind of selector. If you wanted to, you can use it. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with the simple selector here, get element by ID, because otherwise you also need to know about the CSS queries and all. So that's why I have not explained that, but it's very easy. You can just see about that in the documentation. And also the check button. So I'm getting the user input and the check button by using my document.getElement by ID here and document.getElement by ID here. So I was getting the access for this button, this check, the ID was check here. Yep. And also this input field with the ID of guessing. Now let's set up an event listener on this check button. So just write check.event_listener. Okay, so just write here check button dot add event listener, because I'm going to set up an event listener for this check button. And the event I'm going to look for is the click. The event I'm looking for is the click, and this is the function I want to execute. So you can directly write a function here, or you can actually create a function separately, and then you can pass the name of that function, like this function check number. And let's just pass the name of this function here, so it will be little easy for you to understand later. And we now inside this we have to like write all the logic that is going to do the trick here. Can we put yeah, you can put these kind of project in a resume as well, but I'll prefer you to have a more complicated project that will take for you almost a week of time to complete, so that you can have a project. Yep. So yeah, let's just continue from here. So first thing, I will just get the number from the user. So how I'll get that? So field input field dot value, input field dot value. So this is how I can get the input from the user. So I'll just save it inside a new value, user guess here, user guess, user input dot value. And let me also do a quick console for this, so that you can see that if it's working or not, like this here. And now let me just bring the console in the left side, and let me just, let's say 22. See, I'm getting 22 here. If I, let's say, write 90, I'm getting 90 here. So I have set up the event listener for this button, which is showing me the input field value. So the value from this input field. There are so many projects, like you can create a small e-commerce site, or a social networking, or a clone for any popular site like Netflix. So these kind of things you can put in your resume. Yeah, and one more, but there's one problem, that the thing you will get from the input field will only be a string. So even though it is a number, even though that you can see it's a number, but it is actually a string. So you cannot compare a string with a number. Actually you can, but this is not how we do this. So for that I have to convert this thing into a number. So I have to convert this thing into a number. So it's going to be very straightforward. Just wrap it inside parse int, and it will compare. So this parse int will convert this string to a number if it is possible, on only then. So for now I'm just going to remove it because it's not that important for now, and let's just move to the next part. And now the only thing we have to do is to check for something. So if the user guess is not equals to, if it is not equals to our lucky number, then just show them a console.log here, console.log, try you guessed wrong here. And let me just fix this here, because I am pretty sure that it will be a little difficult for you. Font literature, yeah, so here you have it. Okay, so this is what not equals to like this, right? Or you, if you wanted, you could have also written if user guess is equal to the lucky number, then just show them that your console.log, you have guessed the correct number. Otherwise else, I'll just show them, sorry, try again. So simple if and else condition here. But notice I'm just using double equals to, and I have did this intentionally. So we have two types of equality check, double equals to and the triple equals to. So these are the two things you can use. So what is the difference between double equals to and the single equals to? In the case of double equals to, so right, as I have told you, so this is a string, so you will get the value from the input field as a string. So you have a string here, and your lucky number is actually a number. So we have created a number here, so that is a lucky number, a random number here. So and you can see that, so So current right now the lucky number is 1. So if I put here, let's say 1, I'm getting, you have guessed the lucky number. So this is what I'm getting. So double equals to will just check for the value. So if you have, let me just show it to you real quick in the very top. What is the deal with this double equals to and the triple equals to? So if I just do console.log here, console.log 1 equals to 1. So as you can see here, so this is a string and it's a number. So like just take a guess what we should get here. It's mathematics, bro. It's not related to, so math.random will give us a random number between 0 to 1, and if you multiply that by 20, now you will get a random number between 0 to 20. So it's not related to JavaScript, it's simple maths. Okay, so I will get true here. So let me just show it to you. See, I'm getting true. But if I will make it triple equals to, now I will get the false. See, now I'm getting the false. So this triple equals to thing will also check for the value, and it will also check for the type. Like you have this string here and a number here. So this will also check for this type as well. But on the other hand, double equals to will just check for the values here. So in our case, we don't want to check for the type, so I am just using the double equals to here, right? And now else, so let's just do something extra in the else part here. So else part is not completed, so we are just showing them, like if the guess is wrong, in that case, like say let's say 12, and we are just showing them sorry, try again. So instead of this, what I want to show them is that uh, that your guess is too high or your guess is too low. So how we will do that? So here I'm just going to again attach if and else condition. So else, here I will write if user guess is greater than the lucky number, then I'll show the message your guess is too high. So if user guess is greater than the lucky number, in that case I'll just show them your guess is too high. And if user guess is less than the lucky number, then I'll just show them the message your guess is too low. So this time I'm just showing them a different message that your guess is too low here. User input is accept values from the user. Yeah, user guess input is the input field. See, we have grabbed this in the very beginning. So inside this we have the value. So double equals to will just check for the type here, for the values. So let me just repeat this once again. So if we have this one, so double equals to will just check for the value, this 1 and 1. It will not check for the type. You have a string here and a number here, so it is not going to check for that. On the other hand, so this will check for both number and type. So this is going to be false. It will give us a false because of different type, and this will give us a true. True, because of the values are same. So this one will give us the true, but this one give us the false. So triple equals to is little more strict. So this is more strict. It will also check for the type and the value. So that was the difference here. And now I have also set up some more if extra if and else. So your guess is too low. So if your guess is not equals to our lucky number, else in that case I am just using just checking if the guess is greater than lucky number, then just console.log this thing, and otherwise just console.log this thing here. That's it. Sir, but we use the same method for yesterday, get element by id. Id this same for accepting the user. Exactly like this is how we do ना, like Faisal, मतलब पहले इनपुट फील्ड ग्रैब कर ली, ये इनपुट फील्ड मैंने ग्रैब कर ली है, उसके बाद इसमें जो भी वैल्यू मिलेगी वो इस तरीके से मिलेगी, जो भी उसके अंदर वैल्यू है वो डॉट वैल्यू के अंदर मिलेगी अपन को. There is no platform to practice JavaScript. Only thing you can do here is to create some projects and all. So just create some project. There is no kind of platform to practice JavaScript projects. So we use the same method to yesterday to get the elements by ID. Is this same for accept? Yeah, exactly. Like yesterday we also got the user value. Remember, like I also explained you how you can get the input value from the users. So it's actually an input field. Actually, it's styled a little different, but it is an input field. Right. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. And now we are also showing the message that your guess is too high or your message is too low. And now I don't want to show these things on the screen here, console here. I just want to show these messages here. So on this start guessing, I will update the text. So this start guessing here, I just need to show it here on the screen. So let us just see what is the idea of this thing. Where we have it. Yeah, so this paragraph. So in this paragraph, I just want to show that message that your guess is correct or not, or if your guess is too high or too low here. So this is the ID, a message here. So let me just grab this thing. So this paragraph. So this paragraph tag, and then we will just update its text. So then we are just going to update its text here. So let me just get this const message equals to document dot get element by id message here. And instead of doing this console dot logs here, what I will do, message dot text content equals to you have guessed the correct number. And let's do the same thing here, message dot text content your guess is too high. And let's do the same thing here, message dot text content your guess is too low. So now we, instead of doing the consoles, I am just going to show these things here, and let's see if it is working or not. Yep, your guess is too low. And let me just write it, let's say 18. And now it's saying your guess is too high. And let us see what is the lucky number. So lucky number is 7. So 7 here. Yep, and we guess the correct number now. And I also want to change the background color and all. So for this, so for that, what I will do, I'll just grab this whole section. So let's just grab this whole main section. So let's just grab this whole main section here, and we will change the styling for this main section, and we are just going to change the background color here. So let me just grab this here. What is the ID again? It's main const main document dot get element by id main here, like this. So if our guess is correct, so here all I need to do is to change the background color to green. So how we can do that? Just write down your element main dot style dot background color, and then you have to write the color name here. So let me just choose a better color. So let's just go with this color for the correct color, and for the wrong, so let's just choose a different color for the wrong thing here. So this is the thing that I'll just go with, else main dot style dot background color, and let's just go with this red color. And now let's see if it's working or not. Let's go over here. Okay, so let me refresh this. Okay, 3, it's getting red. And what is the lucky number? So let's see what's the lucky number. It's 11, so let me just write 11, and it's getting green. Okay, so it's working now. So it is getting from green to red and red to green. So this thing is also working now. And now next thing, like we have everything set up here. Okay, so about the score, so we also need to decrease the score every time user guesses the wrong number. So let me just get the score thing. So this is the span here with the ID of a score. So let me just get this span first of all. Const score, score card, let's say like this. And let me create a variable score which will have the value of 10 initially. And next thing what I will do, in the score card dot text content equals to the score. So what I have done here, first thing I did, so let me just remove this 20 from here. So from here I am removing this 20, so nothing is inside this. So we don't have anything inside this scorecard. So see, we don't have anything inside this scorecard. So what I have done here, I have actually grabbed that scorecard by using our document.getElement by ID. Next thing I did, I actually created a variable using let, because this value is going to change, because this value will change. So I'm using let here and just save it. And then I'm actually putting this number inside of this scorecard. So inside this scorecard, I'm putting this number. So that's why we are getting this number on the screen. We're getting this 10 number on the screen. And now what I want, for every wrong answer, I want to decrease the value of score by 1. So score equals to score minus 1, like this. So this is what I want to do. So every time user guesses the wrong number, I'll just decrease the value of a score by 1 here. Score by 1. So this is what I want to do. Right? And the next thing what I want to do, like an scorecard dot text content equals to score. I also want to show this as score on the screen. So scorecard equals to score minus 1. And instead of doing this, you could have also done this minus minus here. So this is also possible. So this is also possible. You could have done this. And then we are updating that scorecard with the updated score. So let's see if it's working or not. It should work anyways. Okay, so let me just go with 1. Yep, it's working. We are decreasing the score by 1, and then we are showing it on the scorecard here. So it's working now. So now we have our score set up. So that is better now. But there is also one more thing that we have to check. If the score is less than, if let's say if it is equal to less than 1, if score is less than 1, then we just have to show the user that you have lost the game. So if the score is less than 0, so after decreasing, if the score becomes less than 0, then we have to show a message that you have lost the game. So what I will do here, so let's just do this thing at the very bottom, I think. So after all this, let me just write one more condition. If the score is less than 1, then just show a message let me just remove this. So see what I'm doing here. So after this whole if and else of checking the number, what I'm doing, if the score is less than 1, then message.text content. So this is our message box here. So message.text content, you lost the game. I changed the styling. Let me just make it little bit more red. So it's little darker red. Okay, little darker red. Let's just make it. No. Yeah, so now we have a little darker red and you have lost the game and the check button is disabled. So I'm going to disable our check button. So a check button dot disabled equals to true. So this is how you can disable a button. If you want to, you can disable a button by doing this thing. So there's a lot of things that you can do in your JavaScript and this is one of them. So let me just write here, let's say 2, and let me just check the guest number and that's it. So now my button is no more working. Or a better thing, if you don't want to disable the button, you can just do this check button dot style dot display none. So this is a CSS property, display none. So by this you can basically hide or something. So let me just show it to you again. 2. We have a property in CSS that you can use here. So this is I think we have almost created our game, right? So we have all the message set up here. Oh, yep. And only one problem we have right now, and that is if user enters some number like this, which is more than 20, like say 23. So I think this should not be allowed, like -1. So this should not be allowed. So like a number which is more than 20 and let's see if we can do this in class as well. So now let me just also grab the again button. So where we have the again button, yeah, and the button ID is again here. So let me just get the again button right here, const again button, and let's just get this with ID again, and let me just set up a event listener for the again button dot add event listener, and I'm just going to write this I'm not going to create a separate function so that you can have idea for both. So in the again button, first of all I just want to make the score back to 10. Yep. Then just update the scorecard again with the new value. So we will make the value of score to 10, and we will also update our text content with this score. The next thing, I just want to change the message content. So message box text content to start guessing. So this is what we want. And we also want to generate a new lucky number. So let me just convert this to let, and let's just copy this thing and let's just generate a new lucky number. This. And the very last thing I think this yeah, styling. So main dot background color to this color 222. So we are also changing the background color back to normal from red green. So what are the things we have done? We changed the background color for the main section back to black. The next thing we did, we created a new lucky number here. So a new lucky number is created. Message.text content, we set it back to the start guessing thing. And then we also made the score back to 10 and also updated our text content here. So we also did this score card.text content to the score. And let's see if it is working or not. So suppose 12 and button is gone. Yeah, we also have to do check button display to block. I think button is inline, so I have to make it inline here. Okay, and now button is coming back. Okay, and I think background color is not changing. What is the reason? Main dot style, sorry, I forgot to write here style. Main dot style dot background color. Let's see. Yep, so 12 again. Yep, it's coming back to 0. Yeah, it's fine. So again button is working. Let me just recap it. Again button is very simple. Here I'm just creating a new score from 10. I'm updating that thing on the screen. I'm updating the message text content to start guessing. I'm creating a new lucky number with the same function, and I'm changing the main style dot background color to this black color again. And I'm also changing the style for that button here from display none to display inline block. I think you could also use the block here. So if you want to, I think you can also use the block. Yeah, so from display none to display block, so that it will be visible once again. Again, this is CSS, this block and none, this is all about the CSS. And now let me also fix that bug for you, that if user enters more than 20, then how we can do that. So it's going to be really easy. So inside my function check number, the very first thing that I will check, if the number, sorry, if the user guess number is greater than, should be greater than 1, or a number should be greater than 20. So this is called as OR condition. This is called as OR condition. What about the OR condition? So let me just show you the OR condition real quick. So here, so if you have a condition here, let's say false, which will give you a false or a true. So this complete thing will be a true. So OR means if this or this. So if both of the conditions are false, then we will get a false here. Let me just show this thing to you like this. Let's just open the console like this, false. If I write true here, I'm getting true. If both of the things are true, I will get a true. If any one of them is true, I will get a true. If both of them are false, if both of the things are false, in that case I will just get the false here. Like we also have AND. What is the deal with AND? This if both of the conditions are true, in that case only we will get the true here. If both of the conditions are true, in the case of AND, we will get a true. Otherwise, if any of the condition is false, we will just get a false. So that is AND and OR. So there's a chart that you can look online, and that is AND and OR. So it is how it works. So if you have true and false here for OR and for the AND. So in the case of OR, if it is true, so you can find it. It's difficult for me to completely draw this thing here. By the way, I have told you like what is AND and OR. In the case of AND, if both of the conditions are true, in that case only you will get the true output. But in the case of OR, if any of the conditions is true, you will get a true. So I'm writing a condition if the number is less than 1, or if the number is greater than 20. In that case, just show a message here, that please enter a number between 1 to 20. And look here what I have done. After this updating this, I am doing this return. So as you can see, this is a function. So this is a function. Check number is a function, and a function can return something. So I could have written something like say hello, anything. But there is also one more thing about the function, that once a function is going to return, anything you have after that will not execute. Anything that you have after that will never get execute. So if I write this return outside of it like this, you can see all of my code after that is getting little blurred. See, all of the code is getting blurred, and it is indicating to me that it is indicating me after return, if you write anything, that is going to be get ignored. So once you return up from a function, anything you have after this is going to get ignored. So this is what a trick I am going to use here. So this is what I'm going to use here. So if, so what I'm writing, if any of the condition is true, if any of the condition is true here, in that case just show this message and return. If you want to return something, you can, otherwise just do return nothing. It's not matter, it doesn't matter to return something. I'm just returning nothing, and by this I'm ignoring this whole complete code. And now see if it is working or not. So let me just enter 34. See, I'm getting please enter the number between 1 to 20, and no line of code is getting executed after that. So no color got changed, the score is not getting changed, and nothing else. Like if I do 3 here, in that case it's working. But if I write let's say 90 again, see, nothing is changing. It's just showing me a message, please enter number between 1 to 20. Okay, I'm using a lot of themes. So okay, so this is how we can create this thing here. So let me just publish this thing to the GitHub public, and I'll share the code with you, so you can just get the code from my GitHub repo. And now it's your task to create this high score thing. We have to create this high score thing because we have completed everything. Play again, we have also checked for the condition and everything. So this is the thing that is left for you. So let me just share this. So this is my username, luv hyphen jari. You can just find me on GitHub, and you can follow me as well if you want to. You can just follow me here, and you can get the, just look for the repo from my repo here. So just go over here on my repos here, and just look for this games for class, and you can download the code from here. Download zip, just click here and download zip. Sorry, download zip. Just click on this local and download zip, and I'll also share you the direct link, so you can just click on that link and you can just directly go over here, right? So we have created a lot of stuff. Okay, so before telling about the themes and all that I'm using, let me just go to this certification button. So from here you can get the certification after this session will end. So don't forget to mark the attendance. It's very easy. Just go over here, click on the mark attendance. How much you like this session on the scale of 0 to 10? I like myself a lot, so I'm just going to go give it 10 here. Then if you're interested in a full stack program, so yes, I am, and no suggestions for now. And after this session is going to end, you will actually get a button here to download your certificate, right? And if you want to enroll into our courses, you can just click on this banner, and it will actually take you to our WhatsApp chat, and there you can sticker in HTML. अरे भाई इतना कहाँ time है फैज अभी बहुत time लगेगा ऐसे बताने में तो yeah, how to download the certificate, that is what I'm telling you. Just mark your attendance for all the 5 days like this. Click on this, choose a scale and rest of the thing, and that's it. And after this session is going to get completed, you will get a button here. So the button that you're not getting right now, so this is the button you will get here, and you just need to download the certificate from here. So after this session will end, you will get that. Yep. And you can also join our Telegram and the WhatsApp group. So if you have any doubts, you can join our Telegram group, or for the notification and all, you can join our WhatsApp group. And if you're interested in our programs, you can just click here, and we will get back to you, and we will help you to find the proper program so that you can change your life. And also one more thing, right now we are giving 7,000 rupees off on our both of the courses. So just you have to use the coupon code refer20, and you can use this coupon code for our courses, full stack data science program and full stack web development program. And you can also refer these courses to somebody who may need it, and for every refer you will get some prize. For the first refer you will get 2,000 rupees or a wireless mouse. and on your eighth refer you will get a MacBook Air or 80,000 rupees in cash. But I'll suggest you to get the courses, because the price of the courses is less than 30,000 right now. The duration is just 6 months, and after the 6 months you will actually have a real knowledge about the development. You will be a software engineer by your own, so that is going to be a really great thing for you. You can start your job uh, if you are a college student, or if you are a working professional, or even if you are a school student. All are the courses designed such like you can start from the very scratch. You will get a live class, 90 minutes of live classes every day in your preferred language. So if you're comfortable with Hindi as well, so you all the classes will be Hindi, and if in English, so it will be in the English. So, and we will be creating a lot of projects and all in our courses in our program. So just go over here, just visit our website once, and you have these two courses. Just click on this enroll, fill this enrollment form, and you will get the enrollment done for you. And that's it. Code, yeah, I have shared the code with you in the chat, or you can just find me on the GitHub. So just go over the GitHub here, just look for LUV-JERI and just click enter, and you will find me at the very beginning. So the first thing link you will get is mine, and you just need to go in my repo and you will just get this game for class. So this first one, and just download the code from here. Yep. And the theme I'm using is a material theme, color theme here. So community material theme. So this is the theme I'm using right now. Community material theme, ocean high contrast. And the font I'm using is the Dank Mono. I'm using the font Dank Mono. So this is a font that I'm using. It's a actually it is a mono space font, and these kind of fonts are better for the coding. So I use a lot of fonts here. So like this one, and then this one also. So these all are cursive fonts, as you can see. And for the cursiveness anyways, so I have applied some custom settings like here to change my some of the things from simple to cursive. So my VS Code is very heavily modified, so I have some custom comments as well. So I can create some comments with different colors like this. So my VS Code is very heavily modified. And the Copilot, I was using Copilot as my code suggestion, so that's why it's a AI code suggestion. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's enough for this session, and I hope I will see you in my full stack classes, because I take one of this full stack web development course here. So I hope I'll see you in this one, and bye bye, take care.